Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read for this full moon in Aquarius, waning to the new moon in Leo, July into August 2021. I am your reader. Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Son of a Cancerian mother whose birthday is today. Of course I'm calling her at the time of this recording. The Archangel of Lions, Angelo Lyons, but you, my crab cakes, may certainly call me Mal. Mal-L today. Apparently I even got the impromptu spit curl. Thank you, Universe, good old studio gel. And very, very happy to be reading for you today. If you are new to my channel, we are doing what's called a 7-card draw. 1 card from 7 different decks, 2 tarot decks, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need to be aware of for a specific timeline. We are looking at the timeline of the full moon in Aquarius on Friday, July 23rd, 10:37 p.m. Really good time for a full moon, right? You're going to get that moon at the night, Eastern time. I'm in New York. And then we are looking at a waning moon read, a releasing, a letting go, a forgiving. I love this. Boop, 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 right? Getting smaller, smaller, smaller. Alchemizing, healing, forgiving, letting go to the new moon in Leo, Sunday, 8/8, August 8th. Yes, I am aware of what the 8/8 is. I was there when the idea was conceived back in the 90s while I was in the general vicinity of that. 9:50 a.m. Yeah, there was a woman who was channeling in Mount Shasta who brought through the 8/8. Okay, whatever. That and a side of fries. So let's get up in this gig. It's a general read. You know the YouTube rules. Check your other signs to get either more information about the situation we're about to look at that you need to be aware of and heal, release, forgive, what have you. Or maybe another one entirely different, because when do we just get one? That being said, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can through my pantheons of the divine, each one consecrated into these decks using my full faculties, known and unknown, to serve my beloved crab cakes as well as all the other signs. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, as well as if you would like to book a private reading with me. I don't reach out to clients. Clients reach out to me. The witch does not go from door to door. People come to the witch. So you can find me on Instagram at Angelo Lyons, on Twitter at ProfWitch, at PROFWATCH for professional witch, or Angelo Lyons in Holbrook, New York. On Facebook, just send me a private message. We can do a recorded Zoom reading. If you have Zoom on your end, you can record it on your end. If not, I can record it on mine and send you the link. And then once you've downloaded it and let me know, I delete it from my archives. Otherwise, check out my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, $9.99 on Kindle, USD, United States dollars. And may it be a blessing of grace upon all of life. All right, enough. Let's do this. Both feet on the floor. Please take a nice deep breath. Well, that's an interesting energy. Feels lovely, though. Very much about alignment. Let's see. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck here to get you the 8th chakra archetype at play in your life. This can be your personal archetype, reason, season, or lifetime. Can be about someone you're dealing with. Can be about a situation where that's the alchemical lesson you are dealing with in some way, shape, or form. Can be all of that, some of that, and a side of fries. Only you can know that in a general read. Let's get this one on here. As I call to my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please. What is the dominant archetype in play in the 8th chakra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Watching this video, receiving this reading that they need to alchemize, forgive, transform, the shadow work indicated here for this full moon in Aquarius, waning, well, that's 2, waning to new in Leo. And you've got the Hermit archetype. Everybody needs Hermit time. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I think what we've been through after this past year and a half or so, certainly many are familiar with the Hermit archetype. But remember, this could be you, a situation, another person, any of that, all of that holographically at once can absolutely be that way. It's when we really see the mirroring, right? The shadow to the light here is the alchemy we are looking at, and it is a wisdom family archetype. The shadow attribute, the lead that you want to alchemize to gold, the toxic to healthy, you get it. Withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others. I think that's at a maximum on the planet right now. I would agree with that. Refusing to help those in need. That's harsh. I'm a virgin, I can't drive. The light attribute, what you're shooting for here, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. And they just said to me, Hermit crab. Hermit crab. Pull in my crab cakes. I mean, I love I have the Hermit archetype for seasons. It comes and goes in my life. It's certainly not a lifelong one. But it really comes to me in times when I need to empower myself, right? Unplug from the world and find my power from within. Just saying. Let's keep building on this. We're going to use the Healing with the Angels Oracle. Who are the angels that are just waiting for you to ask? You always have to ask the angels for help. They're not allowed to intervene, and sometimes the call for assistance can be help. You know, that'll do it. But if you're going into hermitage, or if you already are in hermitage, certainly you can take the time and space to commune with them, communicate, pray, whatever it is that you do. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the angels and archangels of the West and the powers of water, the Gabrielites, please, the angels of healing waters and emotion. One card in clarity. What is the Healing with the Angels Oracle card that will indicate the legion of healing angels that this Cancerian needs to work with, call upon, deal with, feel out, however they play that out, to help them alchemize this Hermit archetype, this full moon in Aquarius to new in Leo, body care. All right, good. We're off to a nice solid start here. So yeah, to pull back, to take care of yourself. Now, of course, we know the basics of body care, right? Food, clothing, shelter. Those are necessities, but bathing helps, right? Eating in a balanced way, getting exercise, getting rest, which really for the Hermit speaks highly of that regardless, but I can feel the energy on that. To pull back, particularly, here we go again, particularly if you are an empath. Now, everyone's supposed to be empathic, right? To have empathy for people's suffering. But when we're talking water signs, I'm a Pisces moon, it's where we are quite literally feeling other people's energies and oftentimes emotions in our own cell tissue. And it can be very tricky to know if that's what we're feeling on our own, if we're feeling somebody else in our energy field, and sometimes depending upon your levels of power, how wide your energy field is, you can be feeling all of humanity and sometimes beyond that, all of life. There have been times where I've had visceral intuition in my physical body where my legs would shake. Meanwhile, there was an earthquake on the other side of the globe. I was like, what's going on, right? So I'm like doing yoga. Do I have a pinched nerve? What's going on? And then I turn on the news. I'm like, ow, right? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just an empath, right? And you have to feel it to heal it. So, you know, body care, if your nervous system is inflamed. I was getting a little frustrated about 15, 20 minutes ago because YouTube was taking a really long time to process the Gemini video. So I was like, screw it, I'm moving on. Said the prayer, got in, calmed down. And that's just as much body care, particularly for water signs. Because every emotion has a biochemical component, a physiological component, right? Cortisol when you're stressed, endorphin when you're chilling, you know, endorphins. I'm in it for the endorphins. Postcards from the edge. What's going on inside of you? If this is your 8th chakra, we're going to look at the crown, third eye, throat, and heart dynamic here, the psychological world, the world behind your eyes, your feminine energy, your yin internal world, right? Your yin regardless of bodily gender. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my goddesses of water, wow, and the sign of Cancer, Hestia, Hera, Hecate, please. I have very fast reflexes. One card in clarity for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of inside of themselves? Because as water signs, there's probably some emotional shadow work available for them that they can be in Hermit. Nobody needs to see it or witness it. No evidence of it, you know, at the time. And taking care of themselves physically, calling in the healing angels to maybe bring them some new forms or means of body care to help them with this. What's going on in their heart, third eye crown they need to be aware of? This full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. Well, Kali, the Awakener, the Tower card. Where is she? Here she is. Because what's life without a Kali finger puppet? Ah! Now, I've had my own experiences with Kali. And one time, Kali took off her mask and there was Kuan Yin, right? So this is ruthless compassion. When I speak of Kali, also a huge goddess in Tantra, right? Study as well as practice. Every day is a winding road. But when we're talking about the Tower card with this energy of awakening, you might be going through a spiritual awakening struck by lightning. When I teach tarot, and I do, and I will again, I just want to do it in front of an actual classroom. We'll record it, cut it up and edit it, whatever. Put it on Vimeo, on demand, whatever. But imagine somebody who doesn't believe in ghosts or spirituality and mediumship. That's just nothing. It's like they all have brain problems, all of those people, right? And then, you know, great-grandma appears to them when they wake up in the morning going, hey, you, right? And poof, all of that belief and identity based on that belief gone in a flash. Now, this is going on inside of you. So there is probably a spiritual awakening, a real alchemizing of your wisdom. And they're giving me the image of somebody going like a bow, like an arrow on a bow, pulling down into hermitage to then release. You feel that? I feel that. Let's keep going. What does this look like in the lower three chakras? Root, sacrum, solar plexus. So we get that full movement from the 8th down to the root. And in terms of shadow work, it doesn't feel like this shadow work is going to take very long. I mean, maybe we have some control over that. I mean, it can be delayed, but not prevented, it feels like here. So let's see, maybe something's triggering this from your eyes looking out, or maybe this is you from the outside looking in, or both. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, no, I'm getting like serious belief system challenges here where you see things so clearly. Light is truth. So what's lightning? Truthening. My beloved gods of water and the sign of Cancer, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Hermit in their shadow work in some way, shape, or form, working with the healing angels of body care, and being aware of Kali, the Awakener, the destroyer of illusions. Ruthless compassion, not the easiest thing in the world, but tough love is another way of saying that. What does this look like? From the inside out, horizontal trajectory, looking at the Cancerians, or maybe from their eyes, looking out horizontally at something in the external, and sometimes all that's holographic too. So what's going on? Root, sacrum, solar plexus. This full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. 10 of Cups. Whoa, lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, baby, come on. I'm going to say the next line. I'll probably get demonetized. They live RuPaul's Drag Race. 10 of Cups. I mean, this is the final union of Eros and Psyche. You could say erotic energy and the soul if you want to look at the original meanings of those words. 10 of Cups, you know the 10 of Cups. So you might be one way of seeing this, and this is for a good chunk of you, you are just happy as pie in your hermitage, because the enlightenment, the shadow work, the emotional healing work, whatever it is that you're doing as part of your body care, is removing the obstacles to love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. Now, this can also be about a relationship. Ten of Cups absolutely speaks of true love. Like this, particularly in this deck, the Mythic Tarot, is the true love card. But remember, you can't have true love without truth. So it feels like you are downloading some kind of truth that really destroys something within you that needs to go. Waning moon, shadow work, right? Shadow work. But it may feel like being struck by lightning, but that can even be a revelation. Yeah, usually reserved for the Judgment card. But it feels like you're getting struck with a lightning bolt of truth as a result of seeking solitude, focusing intently on inner life, and serves personal creativity. Heart, third eye crown is your creative intuition. Yeah. All right. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. We're going to say this is soul contract at this point. Even though you're in hermitage, this is, I mean, unless this is just about your Ten of Cups overflowing, anybody looks at you, you're just like, not just peaceful, joyful, ecstatic. So you got to take that as it resonates. Because if you're not in a romantic thing with somebody, because usually I don't get the Ten of Cups card when it's like familial or friends that way, particularly with Eros and Psyche, particularly in this deck. There are other cards that could have said that. So let's ask the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts what this is about and what your healing mantra is to help you do the shadow work. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, please, what is the perfect healing mantra using the Macon Healing Mantra deck here for the Cancerian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Hermit, working with the healing angels of body care, and it feels like their body's going to need it if they are inflamed, if they are really overworked, overstressed. But that might be the perfect conditions for that Kali, the Awakener light bulb, well, maybe that too, lightning bolt, to awaken something in them or really catalyze, speed up their spiritual awakening. With that Ten of Cups, this does feel like there's another person involved here. I can feel that in the second chakra for sure. So please, what's going on here? What is their perfect healing mantra to help them do the shadow work here? This full moon Aquarius to new in Leo. Didn't I just say it was ecstasy? Inviting ecstasy, my favorite mantra in this deck. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. But remember, ecstasy can hit you out of nowhere, particularly if you are in hermitage, right? You just say that prayer, or you do that mudra, or that whatever it is that you're doing, and suddenly right, the lightning comes in and the cups overflow. I'm not reading from the bookie book this time, but I will say a real piece that I remember every single time that I've read from the bookie book is that some pain can really be healed once we have a healthy relationship with pleasure. So being worthy of all the pleasure your heart desires, my crab cakes, can really, then you can say, all right, I am actually getting this ecstasy, this bliss, this really good Ten of Cups thing that's sort of shining through in the world by me going in. It's not dependent on anybody out here. Now, this could absolutely bring you the truth that you need to get to that Ten of Cups with somebody. But you do you on this one. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. I have a Cabernet Sauvignon grapevine cutting outside that's just begun to sprout. I didn't know if it was live or not. And I have it surrounded with crystals. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. And the mantra that I do every day is this mantra: I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires, because I consecrated that particular grapevine to the great god Dionysus, the grape god Dionysus. Woo! This is fun. This is a fun. But, the shadow work is still there. That Tower card, you might really have a belief system destroyed. And what I hear over and over, and I've been saying this to clients too, there's always a higher truth, right? Just when you think, right, just when you think you're at the top of the mountain, you're at the foothills of the next, right? There's always a higher dimension. There's always a higher truth. And to let go of the old one, it doesn't mean it was wrong, but are you still carrying around your fourth grade math textbook? Probably not, right? So, you know, there's higher levels to everything. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved here. Oh, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the party turner. Let's see what they gotta say. Breathe. Like when I was first shuffling the Carolyn Mays, it's like my spine went straight in this, really lovely feeling. So the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above, please. One card in clarity. What is the Whisper of Love? For the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, the piece of information, inspiration, and or insight that they need to alchemize this hermit with the healing angels of body care, with this Tower card going on inside of them that as a result gets them the 10 of Cups in some way, shape, or form in the physical world, inviting ecstasy because they are worthy of all the pleasure their hearts desire. So what's their whisper of love, higher selves? This full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. This is the one. Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer because you are worthy of all the pleasure your heart desires. This is about you healing you, particularly with that Hermit. Love who you are. And, you know, then we can start talking about levels of identity. Who are we really? Who am I anyway? Am I my resume? Well, my resume reads like fiction, but it's not. You know, the higher self, the soul, the personality, the ego, right? If you want to do it this way, the ego is the egg, the personality, the caterpillar, the soul, the cocoon, and the higher self, the butterfly. I grow fennel every year, and I've got little baby monarch caterpillars all over that thing. I can't wait to watch them come back. You are a divine and wonderful person. So that's speaking to the higher self and the soul, divine and wonderful person, personality, the name of the character you play. Remember, you're an immortal soul that was chosen to play a role on planet Earth in one of the gazillion timelines of who you are, right? The quantum variations, I understand they're playing with that quite a bit on Loki. Oh, Tom Hiddleston. He's straight. I resigned. I let go. Blessed be. But to give yourself the love that only you can give you, and it feels like it's going to happen fast, and it's as a result of removing the obstacles to, you know, who you truly are. But it seems like it's all at once, and with that ecstasy, with 10 of Cups, wow. All right, last card down, the newest deck to the Drawing the Circle Productions divination team. The mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. Blessed be by Lucy Cavendish. I love her work. I do. Her magical spell cards are such a treat. I hope she puts out more stuff, and if she has, I'll probably pick them up next time I am in Saratoga because I'm going up to visit my mom, even though today's her birthday. I am going to be visiting her, I think, the second week, visiting my parents up in Saratoga, so I will be stopping by the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. Plug, plug, plug. Hi, Veronica, if you're watching, or anyone on the staff is. I'll let you know when I'm coming up. Book me some readings. I'll be glad to. Yeah, I got my J&J. I will read face to face. So this one is consecrated, if you will, to the collective pantheons of gods and goddesses. That means all races, all cultures, starseed, schmarseed, whatever. Breathe. Yeah, what a great read. Please, pantheons, my collective pantheons of the divine, of gods and goddesses of every culture, every path, certainly not just the Celtic, but certainly they can have their say here like all the rest. Please, what is the blessing that you are placing or have already placed on this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, to help them, to bless them in alchemizing this hermit archetype from withdrawing from society out of fear or negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need, into seeking solitude to focus intently on inner life, serving their personal creativity with the healing angels of body care, like to keep the body really in balance as they do that, so that they can be hit by Kali, the Awakener, the Tower card, but in a very good feeling way. I mean, it might sizzle for a little bit, but it is like they're being hit with true love, divine love, ecstatic love, with that Ten of Cups on the outer, whether that's them in such a overflowing, loving place of Ten of Cups, or maybe this isn't a soul contract with somebody, and hopefully both of them are willing to invite in ecstasy, because then they are singular as well as together, worthy of all the pleasure their heart's desires. But then they both need to love who they are, because they are divine and wonderful people, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. They're worthy of it. So what's the blessing, my gods and goddesses, for them this full moon in Aquarius, waxing to new in Leo? A blessing on your day. Your Susan day. A blessing on your day. Card number 5. Really pretty. Look at her. Well, she's got lovely hair for sure. Love that armband. But hugging a tree. I'm a tree hugger. No shaming my game. I do love hugging a silver birch or a magical maple as they come along. Please take a nice deep breath. Need this for the micro print. Card number 5. A blessing on your day. A blessing to bring awareness, to shape and set the energy of the day, and to frame it with light and the possibilities of healing, adventure, and gratitude. And it feels like this is going to be with you, this waning moon. May your soul feel called by the song of the day. May this day be gentle and good, clear and sure, filled with grace and gentle reminders of your own divinity. You are a divine and wonderful being. May the people you meet this day show generosity of spirit, be hospitable and welcome and open and candid in all of their dealings. May the sky be filled with blue and white. May the green beneath your feet be solid and soft to walk upon. May the rain fall soft and nourishing, and trees whisper to you the secrets that you need to know. May any challenges you encounter find an answering strength and courage within you. And when you come to your rest this night, may you remember the many blessings this day held and account for them with the gods, and be thankful for each of them, no matter how small. Blessed be. 2 stories I'm getting on this. One is, yes, that every day is going to feel like a blessing. And this shadow work, again, it may be simple, not easy. They're not the same thing. But also, like, this blessing when you are watching this. Know that this blessing has been placed on you, and to carpe them diems, right? Seize the day and seize those blessings, because I have to say, so far, I mean, you're only the fourth sign I've done in this series, but this is winner chicken or chicken substitute dinner. Really loving this. Let me put this together for you in a final blessing, putting this all together. Please take a nice deep breath. Pretty lovely, intense for a shadow read, but what are the blocks that need to be healed? What is that tower gonna hit that needs to go? Only you will know that. Comment below if you got some ideas or if you're already in this process. As I call upon my collective pantheons of the divine, please bless the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, that they may be given all that they need, because there already is. They may be aware of what they need here, this full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo, that they may invite in ecstasy because they are worthy of all the pleasure their hearts desire, while really moving into the light aspect of the hermit, seeking solitude, to focus intently on inner life that serves their personal creativity while they are going through a rather drastic and probably instant awakening here. Waking up from a dream, so to speak, psychologically speaking. The clouds parting, being struck by lightning, struck by truth. So that they love themselves as who they are like never before, because they are divine and wonderful people deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer, while they work with the healing angels of body care to give them the space and the physical infrastructure, biologically, physiologically, the rest, the good water, clean food, all of that stuff, and maybe not the side of fries, to be able to handle that zap of lightning, because they have received and will continue to receive a blessing on their day. And this might all happen just one day in all of this, bringing them to that place of the 10 of Cups, their cups overflowing. True love manifest within themselves, and most certainly for a lot of them with another, so that they may heal, they may grow, they may do the shadow work, they may forgive, they may let go, they may alchemize the lead to gold, from insulator to conductor, drawing that in for their well-being, for the well-being of whoever else is in a soul contract here with them. And really, as they do that, to bring more enlightenment and truth to planet Earth, and true love and ecstasy to planet Earth, which is desperately in need of it, for the well-being of all, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. Yeah, that was great. Boogie down, do 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 do. That called for it. I do it on every video, only ones that feel really good like this. Yeah, I mean, I can see this go out in nature, right? Particularly with body care. I mean, I can't wait to get back to the beach. I'm definitely gonna, there's some beautiful arboretums here on Long Island, and as soon as I take a day off, which is not anytime soon, but I will get there. I would love to go to the Fire Island Pines for a weekend. We'll see what the gods have in store. I have no planets in Cancer, but you never know. I have lots of crab cakes in my life that might want to take me. Let's go see. Whew, what a kick-ass read. Look, you want to go further into this? You want an energy read from me, a private read? You know how to reach me. I already told you, check out my book, Words of Grace, particularly the grace of clarity and the grace of knowledge, and the third eye, that chakra chapter, would be helpful, I would think, as well as there is a chapter there on shadow work and going into the underworld. You know, otherwise, what a kick-ass read. Loving this for you, my crab cakes. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of all of this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, my beloveds. Hail. Farewell, and blessed be.